Hey everybody, welcome to my corner of the world, the Electric Avenue chat room. Just coming to you, going over some stuff. I promised that I would do a longer video running down record store day information, and that's coming. Best laid plans, you always try to do these things, and then of course something gets in the way or something happens. So what I'm going to do today is show you a bunch of new releases that are out. This is around May 8th, 2021, and some things that have come out in the last couple of weeks. I also want to talk a little bit more about the business and what's going on here and how we're going to run Record Store Day. So that will all be in the next video, I promise. So here are some of the things that I have that have just been released. Some of you may or may not know that Sleep reissued this mystery record that was, interestingly, we were not told who it was, what it was, and we had to place an order based on the fact that they said, hey, you've sold a lot of this band before. What a way to do people during a pandemic, right? So we ended up with this, The Clarity and Leagues Beneath, records that I think have been out before, but they are nice pressings done by Third Man, and they are limited. So I wouldn't wait on those for too long. There was a colored version that went like that, so whatever's out there is what's left. Also, new record from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. This is called When God Was Great. Great title for an album that seems to be sort of flying off the shelves in the last couple of days. Sort of along similar lines, we have new Dropkick Murphys album. This is the limited green Coke bottle colored vinyl, Turn Up the Dial. I think you sort of know, if you know Dropkick Murphys, you sort of know what you're getting with that. Also, new Offspring record, their first in like 12 years. This is orange vinyl, Let the Bad Times Roll. Coming up with some great album titles these days. One that I didn't show a couple weeks ago that I had was the Greta Van Fleet new release, Battle at Golden's Gate. Cannot remember the name of that record. I think it's getting really, really hard to promote sometimes the limited vinyl versions of some of these things because they go so quickly. But if you find a copy of that record, you're lucky because there really aren't a lot of them out there right now. Same thing with, hey, the new Weezer. You know, this one was delayed for a year. It was supposed to come out May of 2020 when they were touring with Green Day. And then earlier this year, they put out OK Human, which was more of a, I want to call it like a bedroom record, you know, more intimate with strings. This is like Weezer full-on 80s rock mode. It's pretty good. I mean, it's catchy. This is a neon pink vinyl. Boy, you'll hear echoes of Ozzy's Crazy Train in some of the songs. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh, but I think it's fun. Anyway, a great new record by Royal Blood. You know, another band I kind of am like, I can take them or leave them, but I think that this might be their catchiest record so far for sure. Some people are saying like Daft Punk influences, maybe a little bit of that. I think it's obviously more the Queens of the Stone Age, Josh Homme sort of influence since he's helping out on it, but this is the limited edition translucent blue vinyl, which I don't think there are too many of those left. Also, new Dinosaur Jr., produced by Kurt Vile. This record is called Sweep It Into Space. Typically sort of psychedelic cover there for J Mascis and company. A couple really great records. This, Tom Petty, Finding Wildflowers, came out of the box set that was released last year for the Wildflowers. This is a special limited gold vinyl edition. And basically they're like demos or alternate takes of songs that ended up in Wildflowers or the sessions, and it's a great companion to that. And if you like Tom Petty, I can't recommend it enough. Same thing for the new Lucinda Williams record, which is a tribute to Tom Petty, It's called Runnin' Down a Dream, the In-Studio Concert Series, Volume 1. I don't know if you heard, but Lucinda had a stroke last fall. I'm not really sure when that record was recorded, but if you like Tom Petty, it's like a lot of hits and a lot of sort of deep cuts. It's really, really good. And she's got the drawl to go with it. So, Pink Floyd, another record that was taken sort of out of a box set. This was live at Nebworth 1990. So David Gilmour era, cut at 45 RPM. I mean, if you're a Pink Floyd completist, that's probably worth looking into. Another live record, New Order, live at Alexandra Palace, excuse me. This is like I think it's like a 2 record set. I'm not really sure. Oh no, it's 3 records. It's over 2 hours of live music. You get a lot of like Blue Monday, but then you'll also get a lot of Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart, newer stuff like Plastic. New Order are great live, even without Peter Hook. Get my Peters correct. Fleetwood Mac. This is the live album that they did around 1980. This is in a box set, so it's got the full album, then a third disc I think that's on CD, of unissued tracks, and then a 7-inch as well. It's kind of a nice presentation in this sort of thick box if you're into Fleetwood Mac. And the live records, man, another great one. Amy Winehouse at the BBC. This is a 3-record set. You can see there. So there are a couple songs that get duplicated between the two, like You Know I'm No Good and Rehab and Valerie. I mean, can you hear those songs enough, though? Not really. Amy was great. What a loss. But hey, they keep finding things in the back catalog they want to promote. Hank Mobley's Soul Station, a Blue Note pressing, mastered by Kevin Gray. There was, I think, an Art Blakey that was supposed to come out at the same time that we've had tremendous difficulty getting. But I don't know, Blue Note, they're having some issues. Hopefully some of this stuff is getting back online now, but the winter was pretty tough for a lot of people regarding delays. Another in the Blue Note Tone Poets series, Dexter Gordon's One Flight Up. That one's definitely worth checking out. And another one, Andrew Hill's Passing Ships. 2 great tone poets worth looking up. Those were delayed like 3 months, so check them out. One of my favorite records of all time, Goldfrapp's Seventh Tree. If you're not familiar with Alison Goldfrapp, she's kind of got her start on a Trickies records as like a backup singer, but or at least that's sort of where she got notoriety. But she's kind of been lumped in with trip hop of the 90s, I guess, sort of the Portishead thing. But that album is very like British psychedelic folk in a way. But then some of their other records go extreme, like electronica. The guy who she collaborates with, Will, his last name is escaping me right now. He is like a saxophonist. He played on Tears for Fears songs from the Big Chair. And I don't know if he even plays saxophone on any of their own records. Will Gregory. So anyway, check out that record. Check out a lot of Goldfrapp's records. Peter Frampton. This one is called Frampton Forgets the Words. Instrumental record. So he's playing guitar, and they're all cover songs. He does like Avalon, Loving the Alien. Some interesting choices. Can. Reissue of Future Days, also on mute, just like Goldfrapp's on mute. This is a gold vinyl pressing, their 5th album from 1973. I don't know, probably their last really like major You Must Hear This album, I suppose, of that era. The Who, Sell Out. forgotten masterpiece, probably. I don't know. I mean, I think if you're a Who fan, you know this record inside and out, but this is a 2 LP edition. It's got the record, and then the second record has 12 bonus tracks. So that's pretty cool. Spiritualized, laser guided melodies. If you're into shoegaze, boy, you better know who Spiritualized are. I mean, they're sort of up there with like Slow Dive and My Bloody Valentine. So, great album. Another reissue. Boy, the reissues keep coming. PJ Harvey, Her. Kind of a gritty rock record. It's pretty good from early 2000s. I would check that out if you're into alt rock and Patti Smith or something like that and you haven't heard PJ Harvey. And then there's the Her demos, because she's been releasing companion pieces to those as well. Let's see, what else? Some more reissues. Peter Murphy, Love Hysteria. There's been a whole bunch of Peter Murphys coming out. Still trying to get deep. Some people have them and some people don't. It's just been like crazy trying to keep up with stuff. Dawn Richard, if you like indie soul, kind of psychedelic soul. She's kind of a, I don't know, a Janelle Monáe-esque kind of figure in some ways, but her records are highly critically acclaimed. Latest from Guided by Voices, Earthman Blues. I mean, they release like 2 or 3 albums a year, and this one is made up of sort of unreleased leftover tracks, apparently. Iron and Wine. Well, they keep putting stuff out, and this is Archive Series Volume 5, the Tallahassee recordings. This is the lost debut album from them, recorded in 1998, featuring 11 tracks. Ice Age, another highly touted indie band, kind of coming into their own finally, and this is Seek Shelter, their 5th album. I think Pitchfork just gave it Best New Music rating. And we've got the new Teenage Fan Club. This one is called Endless Arcade. I love the cutouts and the cover. Teenage Fan Club, always very tuneful, sort of art rock kind of stuff. So that's a kind of a brief rundown of some of the highlights, I suppose. There's things I'm sure that I've missed. But anyway, I just sort of wanted to touch base on new releases. Just express that it's been sort of a weird time as far as like getting product in. We're seeing the prices go up on a lot of vinyl, mainly because the demand is putting so much stress on the system and they can't get the materials fast enough. And I think there's a little bit of opportunism sort of at the record companies where they say, hey, you know, people are into vinyl now, kids are into vinyl, and, you know, they all got these turntables for Christmas and they're trying to build their collections. So we see it starting to escalate a little bit, which is kind of tough because an album like, what do I have on the wall here? Prince Purple Rain, that can sometimes be sort of, you can't even see it there, sort of in the shadows. Can be sometimes hard to get. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. We have these windowed opportunities where if we see something, we grab them, and then there are times that we won't have them. So you gotta find them while you can, get them while you can. I don't know. I can't say enough about that. And just support the stores when you can. There's a lot of people who are sort of just automatically jumping on the online purchasing thing, and or say like, oh, my wife got that for me already, or ordered it for me already, and it's like, well, tell your wife that you'd like to support the store a little bit, because those things will affect our record store day orders. Based on what we can pay for is what our orders are based on. So the more you support the store, the better the chances of getting more record store day things in. Our orders have already had to be submitted for both record store days this summer. So there's really no adding and subtracting that I can do at this point. But it's something to keep in mind because we have a lot of fair weather shoppers that like to do every 6 months when there's a record store day. And it's great. I appreciate that. But what happens in between those two times when Amazon becomes the easy choice? You know, think about those things. They all have implications. I'm not saying that I think you should do 100% of your shopping with me or any other indie store, because I think that that's virtually impossible. There's so many records that are now direct to customer. The only way you can get them is through their website or something like that. But, you know, think about things a little bit more. It's sort of like, you know, don't throw that piece of trash out on the side of the road thinking that it's just going to evaporate. You know, everything has a sort of connection to something else. So anyway, all right, as far as Record Store Day goes, are we going to do a line, or are we going to keep doing the curbside? I'm sort of leaning towards the line, and I will kind of tell you why in the next video. But especially with this area, there goes my phone, this area being open for business back at Memorial Day, those things are going to be sort of more widely difficult to say, no, we couldn't let people in the store. So I hope you're all being safe and getting vaccinated as soon as you can. I think that's probably our best course forward. It's tough looking around the world, seeing countries who are suffering so much when they would love to have those vaccines, and we just leave them sitting on the shelf in this country, which maybe that's an overstatement. And I'm not going to get political here. Anyway, that's enough for today. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend and a great week. And I'll get that Record Store Day recap video in for you probably next week. I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about with that. So take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.